emit the data. So in order to emit the data, this output decorator needs to initiate of the type event emitter class. To raise an event, output must have a type of event emitter. So from child to parent, you always have to trigger an event. And in order to trigger an event, you need to create an object for event emitter. So what I did is, so let's take component 3. So in component 3, so data will be passed when I click a button. So something I want to show, because as soon as if I load the output, if I get this message, it will not be a meaningful. So when I click this button, the data needs to pass from child to parent. So in order to showcase that, I have placed a button. So when I perform a click event on that button, it is going and calling child function 1. What it is there in child function 1. So whenever if I click button, the data needs to send from child to parent. So button 1 function is child function 1, where I am emitting K2. So the object K2 is emitting the message sending data to parent. So before that, you need K2, which is a type of event emitter, and we are going to pass the string. Even the string is optional here. Maybe long back I used the string interface. That is why it is not matches over there. All right. So this at input and K1 colon any type, any data type is used to capture input from parent. In order to send from child to parent, use at output and create an instance of emitter, event emitter, and emitter is emitting some message. So these 4 lines are clear. I'm going to emit once the button got clicked. Only 4 lines. Take a snap of this. So at end, I will share my June 19 demo app. Shall I go to component 2, which is parent? Child is clear.
Yes,
So
yes,
at event emitter, create an instance and emit some message. And you can also pass the data which you can capture. I'll do all sorts of sample. So again, just to show you, when the button got clicked, this emitter is emitting. That you can capture here. How you can capture? So I am capturing. So I am capturing using event binding. So sometime back we passed property binding. Now I am calling app-my-component3. I called twice. This is for parent to child and this is to data from child. So call your child component. Along with that, you need to do event binding K2. So this K2 is an event emitter, which whatever it is emitting, I'm going to capture in my parent function. So whatever it is passed, I'm capturing with the respective event and I am storing it in a variable message from child property. See, this K2 matters. K1 is property binding, K2 is event binding. So whenever the event emits this key, it is triggering to parent function and it is passing the whatever the event it gets passed, the data will be passed here. So in parent function, whatever the data we captured from child, I'm storing it in my own class property. So always you need to define a variable, or you can call it as property of your own class. And then I am initializing inside my parent function. So that parent function, inside parent function, I am calling the respective event which got emitted from my child. So it's a string. So I'm just making it as any type. So there I have mentioned as any, but here I have placed as string. So that is a problem. It took longer time. So inside parent function, whatever the data I'm capturing, I'm storing it in a property message from child. So that child I'm using interpolation and I'm displaying on the same with my parent. I hope you saw the output. So this first block is because of parent to child. So I'm getting message from parent to child. This is some date message from child to parent. Data is passed to parent. When you click this button on child, the data is sending and the data captured on parent, and we are displaying on parent component. See here, this interpolation 9th line is inside my parent component. Same thing we have tried. Instead of event, I passed K2. Here handle child event. So I have called as parent function, here child function. Whenever this event, click event gets triggered. So sharing data between parent and child component. So why parent to child? We will continue on tomorrow, and sibling to sibling. We will continue, and at last we will end with publish. So we have some half an hour time. So you try the same. Create two different components. Initially pass the data from parent to child. Step number 1, in parent, you will be calling child. Using property binding, you will be passing the data. Give some property data in your TypeScript file inside your class, and that you can capture in your child at input K1, and you can display this K1. Whereas for output, child to parent, define event emitter and emit some message. And same event emitter you can capture in your parent, and you whatever the functionality you want to try, you try inside the respective function. This is an event. When K2 event is happening, what we need to do, that you can define inside function. Try the same. So I will share the entire code of my component 1, 2, and 3. Is that okay? Will you able to give a try?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
And whatever we tried with parent to child and child to parent, we will try for this product details. So all of you please pay attention. One last theory, why we want to go these type of. So let me call app component 1. I'll ask you a simple question. Please pay attention. When I select any product, I am getting the respective product details. Whether it is triggered from server, whether the component gets refreshed.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I'm talking about component 1.
Yes, only the component.
The component 1 gets refreshed. But if component 1 is having employee detail, student detail, product detail, so product detail based on the product selection, I need to trigger the respective event, and the component gets loaded. So unnecessarily the entire component gets loaded. Do we want to load the entire component in order to get the product details?
No.
Not necessary.
No, ma'am.
So what is an alternative? Till product details should be there in parent component. When I select 705 Samsung tab, this product details alone to be retrieved from child. So child component alone. Is it making sense? Instead of refreshing the entire component, we are going to keep this product details in child. So whenever if I am selecting the product detail, appropriate block alone will get refreshed instead of entire component. So this you can achieve through parent to child. So in parent, I will select and I will pass the respective product detail. That you can capture in child and you can display. Will it be meaningful with parent to child data passing? Instead of reloading the entire component or loading the respective product detail, this product details alone can be have in our child. what I need to pass from parent, you need to pass the respective product detail. So display, you can, this div block alone, you can have it in our child. This we can try on tomorrow. So whatever we tried with respective to parent to child and child to parent, you try for today. Message from parent to child. So from child to parent.
Ma'am, what is the use of that button data to parents?
See, if I load the page, if I get this message, I cannot able to show you that the message is sending from parent, child to parent. Just in order to have a look. So by default, no message at all. When I click the button, I can show you that the data is sending from child to parent.
Ma'am, I'm asking about ever button, ma'am.
Huh?
Ever button, ma'am.
This is of no use.
Okay.
So we called child twice. You can delete that also. So for discussion, for discussing the last topic, data passing from parent to child. See here, line number 5, I am calling component 3 child. Line number 8 also I'm calling child. That is the reason you are getting this button twice. Only here, not in first button, in second button alone, we are handling this event binding. I don't know who arised this query. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Because of line number 5, I'm getting this block.
Yes.
This block. This is my child and this is my child. So we are calling child twice. Here data from, here data to parent. I'm sharing this is July 19 demo app on Slack. And I don't have much theory for today. We started with data binding interpolation, property binding, event, model class, array, model class data. We store it in mock file. We captured that with array, ng for, and then ng if, and what else? ng model. Finally, we ended with this parent to child and child to parent. I cannot able to send the entire project because it consists of lot of file. Even though compressed also, it's not allowing. So I'm sending only app folder. That is sufficient for you.
Recording stopped.